With summer coming up, more Australians are bound to visit Sydney's popular beaches. However, the CSIRO recently revealed that most of the rubbish found along the coast of beaches in Australia comes from local sources. Edwina Tanner, a lecturer in the University of Sydney School of Science, says that marine debris is a big problem in Australia.
Marine debris has become a really big problem in our generation, and in the long run it's getting into the food chain. So it's getting not only into the marine food chain, but it's also getting into the human population, into everything we eat. So I think in the long run it's going to be a major health hazard, and I think we really need to take on board much better studies to look at how the plastics are working their way up the trophic levels into our food.
Marine debris can be anything from glass and plastic bottles, cans, bags, balloons, rubber, metal, cigarettes, and any other manufactured material that end up in the ocean. It can harm marine life through entanglement and suffocation.
The negative impacts are huge on marine life, so not only are they absorbed by the minutest, the tiniest little marine creatures, so phytoplankton, zooplankton, but then they're concentrated up the food chain as we go. They also have a massive problem with plastics getting into birds, marine birds, and any form of sea life, because these are brightly coloured objects that the animals think are food, and they eat them. So we have microplastics, but we also have large plastic objects, and some of those objects include glow sticks that fishermen use to light up their long-line fishing lines.
Councils such as Mossman that have beaches in their area try their best to encourage residents to not litter at the beach.
It's a very complex issue because there's many different sources of where the litter comes from. So it can come from overflow through the storm, like the bin overflows and then comes through our stormwater. It can come from people who sit on the beach and just leave their rubbish. And also sometimes it's washed up from the ocean. So in the first instance, we get people in, we hire people to clean the beaches, but that doesn't really help educate people on how to take care of and take responsibility of their own waste. So we hired an artist called Rudy who did chalk drawings along the Balmoral boardwalk, and in summer when there were lots of people at the beach, and that had a lot of positive feedback, and through the drawings alone and little taglines we managed to get the message across to quite a few people.
Vivian Sim, a PhD candidate from the University of New South Wales, is currently doing her research on microplastics in Sydney Harbour.
We did find a wide distribution of microplastics throughout the harbour. They're pretty much everywhere if you're looking for them. What we're actually really surprised is that we're getting it in cleaner areas of the harbour, more higher concentrations of plastics.
Australia being a country popular for its beautiful beaches, it's clear that the public should stay informed about the issue to prevent it from getting worse.
A campaign similar to what we have on cigarette packets that deter people from smoking should perhaps go onto water bottles, so you could have a picture of a strangled marine life creature or the contents of a dead bird's stomach on these plastic bottles to perhaps help recycling. I also think government policy needs to be better informed, and to inform and perhaps ban a lot of these production of some of these really more severe plastic forms.
Nika Janita, UTS News.